Tell you, if you're on the come up right now and success means something to you and you feel like you're not getting it, you feel like other people are getting it and you're getting served all the L's every day in your life and you're trying to push and you're trying to get to it and it just seems like it's just not working. And sometimes, man, we recognize ourselves as a quitter or a loser, but sometimes we just need to pivot, man, and that's okay, right? We just have to change course. So in this video, look, man, I'm going to spread it to you and tell you really that you should never give up and that what you're doing is the right thing, but eventually you'll probably end up in a different place. And heck, I ended up in a different place and I know what it's like to struggle, man. You know, my mom chose men and methamphetamine over me for 22 years. I was in and out of juvenile institutions from 11 to 17 years old. You know, I grew up on welfare, government assistance. My likelihood for success was slim to none. You know, I had no, instruction. I had no direction. So I headed for self-destruction, and I could tell you that if you keep your mind on the right things and if you surround yourself with good people and you know that you're going to get there one day and you know that success in your heart, you're doing the right thing. And I could tell you, man, just take it from advice from me that you just have to start. And maybe you're starting and you see other people getting it and you're envious of them. I've been there. Look, I'm going to set up a plan for you so you can make sure that you're on the right track. And only way to look up when you're on the bottom is hopefully you land on your back because the only way you can look is up. And here it is. Let me give the direct formula on what it takes to actually achieve success right now in your life. I wish somebody would have told me this, so I created a video for you because I wish somebody would have told me this, is that the first part of success, and for any success, is who are you taking your advice from? Are you taking your advice from your broke uncle? Are you taking advice from your family members who ain't got no stacks? Are you stuck in the old ways of what your family told you how to do things? And the way to do things aren't the way to do things. And you have yet to challenge that. Maybe it's your environment, the people that you're around right now, and that are hindering the way hindering the way that you want things in your life and the way you want it to be. And I'm going to cut it to you straight, man. If you've taken wrong advice from people for years, haven't challenged it, hanging around with the wrong people, eventually you become a wrong person too and your environment's crappy, how do you expect to become successful? Maybe that's step number one for you, is changing who you listen to. What are you putting in your head? And changing your environment. I know you've probably heard it a million times. If you hang around with 4 broke people, you'll be the 5th. Second thing, and the most important thing, is you have to make a decision right now that you even want to rise, that you even want to come up, that you even want good things, that you even want that particular lifestyle, that you even want that change. Because the only way that change is going to happen for you, and I say this regularly, is that it has to hurt bad enough. Nobody in this world will ever change anything unless it is painful. And it is extremely rare that you'll find somebody that where it isn't painful, that they become the actual success. Yes, there are anomalies out there like Donald Trump, but maybe his pain was being better than his father, being better, being more successful than the other guys who probably picked on him. There was some chip on his shoulder that happened there. And I'm going to tell you right now that is the greatest thing. It's called the yin and the yang, is using that anger, all that recycled pain that you're going through right now, everything that you're going through, and use it to make a decision on why you need to stick to your plan to becoming successful. I'm going to give you the core 5 to making sure that you're on the up in life, man. First step is recognizing that there's a need for change and collecting data on the daily and to ensure that you become successful, right? The way to do that is, I call it the 3-day cleanse, right? So how it looks. Go out there, go grab yourself 2 journals. In those journals, every hour on the hour, you're writing down what you're doing, what activities, what behaviors you're engaged in, what things you're doing on the hour, in every detail. What are you listening to? What did you do? What videos did you watch? What work habits did you engage in? And actually record it. Have an alarm clock on your phone recording it. Once you've collected that data for 3 days straight, that's 72 hours of constant 24/7 camera on you. And what did it say? Well, these are the errors in judgment. Next step is reaching somebody where you're taking advice from somebody else rather than what you've been told for many years. And finding somebody who's achieved what you want and see the habits that they've established. Once you find that person and you recognize that this is the person that I want to become, do you then replace those errors in judgment that you've made through the data that you've collected with the habits that you've collected with the new person that you want to become? Now we have a result. So now what we do is we have the result that we've established the habits, and maybe the result is not where you want it to be. Maybe you might see a minor shift, but there's a thing called the compound effect, and what I strongly believe in is that if you continue to reiterate your process and to gain momentum, you're going to eventually become successful. And just repeat, rinse, and repeat the entire process. The first way to do that, and one of the most important ways, is since you have two journals, you might as well use the other journal to borrow from the future. So what does that kind of look like, man? You know, are you writing your goals down every day? How do you know if you're on track if you don't keep track? So let's keep track of your goals every day by writing down those big goals that you have for yourself and borrowing from those big goals every day and applying it to your life right now, every day, and every way, where now you're collecting data that you're actually doing something that is making a difference in your life. Look, I'm going to tell you right now that I've been there and I know the feeling, and it seems like a lot to take in, but these are just elementary steps for you to achieving the things that you want in your life. And if there's any importance that I could tell you, that I can hopefully be the reason of not giving up, because I am you. I was you. You're watching a video because you might feel like giving up. You might feel like, this just isn't working. You might feel like, you're trying your hardest, but are you really trying your hardest? Because if I know you're for real, is if I ask you the question, where's your journal? What journal? I know you're not for real because you're not collecting data on your day. And I know that success is important to people who follow tasks. I follow tasks every single day. My life is on my journals. It's on my calendars. Hour by hour, minute by minute. Everything is filled with something that is bringing me closer to my future self. And if that's you, and I can be an inspiration for you today, and I know that you can be for real, is by following all these steps that I've expressed in the video today. I'm telling you right now that it's 100% possible. And you know what? I was that person that was envious of people when I would see that their success. I used to ask, why is this happening to me? But it was happening for me because I recycled that pain and I use it every day, even today. I still have the same shoes that I used to walk in when I used to go door to door and get in the door slammed on me. Every day, me trying to pitch my product of 2 failed startup companies. I still have the shoes and look at them every day to let me know that I have to work that much more harder. And I kept the receipts. I kept the receipts to every bad thing and every good thing that's happened to me. And I apply it to my life today. And you would be blown away with how much it has helped me become the person I am today. Because I'm going to tell you something. That is a currency that you can never pay for. And most people try to find it, but they'll never find it. They can't get it in a book. They can't get it off of YouTube. They can't get it from somebody else. Because nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to feel the emotion that you're going through right now. Because everybody feels it differently. But I'm going to keep it 100 with you, man. Is that what happens to you? Happens to everybody. And it's easy when everything's going our way. It's easy when the kids aren't acting up. It's easy when the money's coming in. It's easy when everything is flowing. But can you consistently pursue toward the person you need to become when it's not easy? When you're getting the door slammed in your face. When somebody that you see as a competitor is becoming more successful to you. Are you still going to strive to let you know that you're there and you're 2 steps closer right now? because you probably feel that the content of your character hasn't caught up with your age, or you might feel like everything's against you. Let me tell you, everything is for you, and they're there for your time. And when your time arrives, it's probably going to feel that much more better. Make a pivot today in your life to go seek out advice from people that have achieved what you want. Replace those bad habits that you've collected over the number of 3 days and install the habits in your life where somebody has become successful, okay? See the result and just repeat the entire process to your success, because if you hit the ground running, and I'm telling you right now that if you're starting from the bottom, because now you're here, bang.